Okay, last group of slides. Last three slides. They're labeled special movements of diarthroses. Remember, diarthroses are these synovial joints. They're the freely movable joints. And so when we talk about movements, basically any movement of the body is pretty much going to be involving these synovial or diarthroses type joints. So if you raise something, so if we think in terms of directions, elevation and depression or superior and inferior, if you raise your shoulders, this is called an elevation. And then lowering your shoulders, that is a depression. You could even think of your mandible, close your mouth, elevation, open it, depression. I never was in the Army, and a lot of people are in the military, and I know when they are standing at attention, they say, push those shoulders back, right? They say push the shoulders back, so that is retraction. And when you pull them back forwards, that's protraction. They always say cats have retractable claws, but if scientists, and that basically means that the claws get pulled in and they don't always scratch you when you pick them up, right? Sometimes they do, but actually when they scratch you, they protract, they push them forwards. And so the reality is that they will say that they really should call it, instead of retractable claws, it should be protractable claws because they can be pushed forwards. So retraction is pulling backwards, protraction is pushing forwards. Let's look at the next. Okay. How do I do these on here? Make sure that I know there are some pictures in. Let's see if I have any on this slide set. I don't. I'll add some pictures to the slides that I'm looking at, because we have inversion and eversion. It has to do with turning your foot towards the midline or laterally. Dorsiflexion is pulling your toe up towards your head. Plantar flexion is pointing your toe. Supination, pronation. So when you turn your palm up, you've supinated it, and when you turn your palm down, it is pronation. Other kinds of movements, if you exceed the normal range of motion, it's a hyperextension. So when I talked about popping the ACL, that's from hyperextension. Whatever. Okay. When we talk about body parts, if you adduct or abduct, a child was abducted the other night. It was taken away, right? So abduction is that. Adduction is pulling towards the body. So abduction is away. Adduction with 2 Ds is towards the body. A rotational movement would be like this, or a circumduction is where I can draw a circle while doing a rotational type movement. I'll add some pictures to this so that you can see it. They're in your textbook as well. And that's all there is for Chapter 9. I know it's not a lot of material, it's not hard material, but the words are too similar. So it's a little bit annoying. What can I do? It's life. Hey, I'll talk to you later.